In today's video, we are taking the dessert off-ramp on this barbecue highway we have been traveling. I'm going to show you a long-held family recipe for whipping cream pound cake. It is delicious, it is decadent, it'll make your tongue slap your brain out. To paraphrase the late great Junkyard Dog, let's grab that cake. To begin, you start with 1 cup of butter-flavored Crisco. Make sure this is at room temperature. Next, you have 3 cups of white sugar. Gonna hook on the paddle attachment. This recipe is very easy if you have a stand mixer. You can do it with a hand mixer. It's just much easier this way. We are going to whip these together until it becomes light and fluffy. Next, you're going to incorporate 6 eggs, 1 at a time, incorporating each one fully before you add the next one. Next, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, and ½ a teaspoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Incorporate those. And finally, you're going to incorporate 3 cups of all-purpose flour and ½ a pint, also known as 1 cup, of heavy whipping cream. You're going to alternate between the two until they're all incorporated, a little bit at a time. Let the flour get fully incorporated, then add in your heavy whipping cream. Next, you're going to spray your Bundt pan. This is Pam that has flour in it. If you don't have any Pam, or Baker's Joy also is another brand, you can spray it with Pam or nonstick spray and then sprinkle a little bit of flour in it. That helps the cake to release once it's fully cooked. And then spoon the batter into the Bundt pan. I got this recipe from my mother-in-law. As far as I can tell, this recipe is 60 to 70 years old. I don't know the exact origin of it, but it is a long-standing family favorite for my wife's family. It only took 13 years of marriage to her daughter and 2 grandchildren before my mother-in-law was willing to let me know what the recipe was. But it's too good not to share with folks, so that's why I'm doing it. And don't worry, if you didn't keep up with everything that I put in here, I'm going to have the recipe in the description below. Going to give it a couple of taps on the counter. Going to smooth out the top a little bit. Now this will go into a cold oven. Set it to bake at 250 degrees. Do not set it to preheat. And then start checking it at about 1 hour and 45 minutes. You should have somewhere between 2 hours to 2 hours and 5 minutes of total cook time. But sometimes I like this mildly underdone, so I may pull it at like 1 hour and 55 minutes. Cold oven, 250 for 2 hours. You can see some significant rise here. So as long as the cake tester is going in and coming out clean, we should be good to go. This is almost exactly 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 2 minutes. I'm going to let this sit here for about 10 minutes and rest. And then after that, we're going to take it out of the Bundt pan. We've let this rest down for about 10 minutes. You can see it's deflated a little bit. You can start to see some cracking here. That is normal. Also, one thing I will point out, you want the bottom of this to be hard. You can see it's kind of, as I tap on it, it's almost like the consistency of like a kind of a crunchy sugar cookie. So that will be the base of the cake. One tip I'll give you for getting this out of the Bundt pan, take your cake platform, stick it down on it, and then we'll just flip it up. Now, all right, let's see what we got. Boom goes the dynamite. All right, now the hardest part of the whole process. Letting this rest for at least another hour before you cut into it. So I do want to point out, you can see there's this line running around here. This is where it goes from getting kind of soft down to that's the crunchy part. So it's honestly like getting a little sugar cookie at the end of your piece of cake. It's awesome. Rested for a couple hours. Let's cut into it and see what we got. Oh, the crunchy bottom. All right, there it is. Looking good. Let's get a taste of this. Cheers. Oh man, it's just one of the best cakes I know how to make. I don't have words for it. You have to give this a try. It is something that would pair really well with a barbecue meal. It's a great dessert. I will admit, I would be lying if I said otherwise. It's a little dense. It can be a little heavy if you eat a lot of it. This cake is a giant hit in our house. It has been for decades. I'm sharing this recipe with you. Give it a try. You will not regret it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, get up, go out, cook some good food, be a little bit better tomorrow than you were today, and I will catch you next time.